Good evening, hello, welcome to the stream. Apologies if you were in the other stream. As you may have seen if you were early, I accidentally started. Not that I said anything, you could only see me kind of not doing much at my desk, but I thought I would just start a new one so it was kind of looked proper, I guess. Hello, it's nearly 10 o'clock. Yes, I know for those of you watching live or going to watch live soon, the Liverpool-Man City game hasn't quite finished yet. But the last time I streamed after the last game that finished after 10 o'clock, I was wrecked. And it wasn't a good stream, to be honest. I'll say that myself. So I thought I'd do it a little bit earlier. I'm feeling more awake anyway, so it should be a good one. There is a lot to talk about. This game week has been absolutely dragged out, which, to be honest, from a football point of view, is really good. Of course, we get to watch football every single night. From an FPL point of view, like the amount of knee-jerking I've been doing has been insane. Not that I've made any transfers, of course, but I've been doing a bit of knee-jerking. And obviously it's changed every single day. Martial and Rashford, then it's Greenwood and Fernandes. And now tonight, Foden is essential. Sterling looks good as well. We've completely... who do we get? Foden. Do we get Jesus? Do we get Mahrez? Everybody's forgotten about Sterling. Not anymore. So Man City assets looking extremely good. Liverpool looking very hungover. I feel like... I could have raged after. Oh, I've already raged. We could have rage transferred after everything that's kind of happened this week. But I've kind of calmed down a little bit, and I've got a plan in place. In fact, I jokingly put a plan out on Twitter, which basically involved just targeting Bournemouth for the foreseeable future, basically. So if I'll just quickly read it out because I thought it was quite funny. So this would be my transfer plan. Hayden to Mahrez this week. Then Salah and Calvert-Lewin to Foden and Kane. Kane plays Bournemouth in Game Week 34. Then Kane to Vardy, who plays Bournemouth in Game Week 35. Then Captain De Bruyne in Game Week 36 when he plays Bournemouth. Then it's Vardy to Ings in Game Week 37 when he plays Bournemouth. And then Ings to Calvert-Lewin in Game Week 38 when he plays Bournemouth. Just captain them every single week. I think at that point I just become number one. Anyway, how's it going? Donovan Russell, good to see you. Great game by City. De Bruyne having one of those games, top class player. De Bruyne is the best player in the league, isn't he? He's just absolutely ridiculous. Like it's not even picking the right pass; it's making the right decision. Like for that, the last goal was an own goal. Okay, fair enough, but when De Bruyne picked up the ball, he could have easily just played it straight down the left. I don't know who was there, actually. I don't know which player it was, but he just stopped for a sec and played the ball over to Sterling. Sterling should have done better. Obviously, they got a goal out of it, so no complaints. But he absolutely just gets the decision. It's not even, like I say, it's not just the pass. It's the decision. When to delay the pass, when to play the pass, the weight on the pass. It's just not fair. Like I think Bruno, in terms of how he plays for Man United, like being the creative player, getting back, doing all the running. I think he is a bit like our De Bruyne, but obviously he is not at that level. It is just absolutely insane. So there's going to be lots to talk about, but I think everyone's going to be really looking at Man City players now for their fixture run. The funny thing is, I'll tell you what's going to happen now. We've just seen Liverpool hungover lose to Man City, and to be fair, they could lose to Man City in a regular game. And we're all going to forget about them for Villa. They're going to smash Villa, and Man City will be held to a 1-1 draw against Southampton. Kevin De Bruyne will be benched. That's what will probably happen this week. Just the way it's going right now. I don't think the guard of... I can. To be honest, when I heard Roy Keane say, it's the guard of honour's respect, absolutely, fully agree. They should have done it, and they did. But yeah, after that, all hell breaks loose, and they just want to get the game won. We did say on the last stream, I think, that Liverpool want to get one over on... City would want to get one over on Liverpool. Pep to... I said it. I'm pretty sure I said the exact words. Pep to show Klopp he is still the best, even though he hasn't won the league. What's that? Bruno's a workhorse, but De Bruyne is... Yeah, no, like I said, I'm not... Just in case anyone tweets me, comments below, I am not saying that Bruno is anywhere near De Bruyne's level, but he's the similar type of player, which is why, basically, I'm using a segue to say why I love Bruno Fernandes for Man United. Not quite at thingy's level, but still. Foden's limping. Now, I will say now this, just for anyone watching now or watching after the game finishes or watching tomorrow or whenever it might be, I'm not watching now, so I don't know what's happening. I can't watch at the same time because it'd just be super delayed, so it's kind of pointless. Klopp will tear Villa apart, 4-0, exactly. That's what I'd be doing. That's what I'd be thinking. So I'll bring up my team now because I got to be honest. Like it's really difficult when I'm doing so badly right this season, and I've made some really shocking decisions since the break. Like Foster instead of like when I went on and on about Pope being the best option and just getting Foster in. That was stupid. I don't want to rant about Foster for too long, but stop throwing the ball to the opposition striker. That would be a good start. So Foster's annoying. Like Ings to Nketiah was just, like, it's just such a bad decision. There's no reason to have done it. Like even in hindsight, the fact that Ings scored 2 goals and he got a bit lucky, I think, but there was no reason to do Ings to Nketiah when I didn't need the money this week. I could have just saved an extra transfer and just done it next week. And to be honest, if I hadn't done Ings out, I'd probably get rid of Calvert-Lewin this week and keep Ings, even though Ings has got tough fixtures. Who knows? So this is my team as it stands. I think that's right. I don't know if, because I haven't refreshed it since I set the stream up. I don't know if, Trent Alexander-Arnold on a big fat 0 points. Salah on 2. I mean, I'm glad I captained Martial now. He's outscored Salah. I've got Taylor on the bench. I'm thinking of playing Taylor this week. But overall, I'm on 53 points. I've not updated the top bar because obviously the game's not finished. When it has finished, I can quickly update it. It won't take too long. 53 points. It's a red arrow. I'm looking right now. I think I'm down to 279k. So I'm only down 26,000 places. I guess the thing I've got to be hopeful of is that I didn't do very well in Game Week 30. Then I got like an 80k increase in Game Week 31. Yes, I've dropped a bit today, but not as much as I gained last week. So my team looks okay for this week as well. So I'm pretty happy with it. So I'll bring up my team. Obviously the only other annoying thing is I've cocked up the Man City, the Man United captaincy, and I'm going to say it now. My captain is probably going to go on Fernandes this week. And I think what I will do is anytime I want to captain a Man United player, I will probably just go Fernandes. But we'll see. I might change that again. Let's see who's in the chat. So I've been rambling for 10 minutes now. Not even said hi to many of you. Physio, how's it going? You've already done a -8. What have you done? I've just seen that Az has done a -4. He's done Rashford. He's taken Rashford out. Rashford, Richarlison and Saka out. And no Liverpool attackers versus Villa. What's he done? Oh, he's not telling us. I'll tell him to save it for breakfast. Az is on Breakfast Club on Saturday on Scout, by the way, 10 a.m. Daniel, how is it going? Good to see you. Do you plan on using a free hit? What I plan on doing is using it in Game Week 30 and cocking it up, which is exactly what happened. Would I get Willian in this week? Willian's what? 3 double-figure hauls now in the last 4. He's on penalties, he's on free kicks. He's created way more chances than... I know Physio's in the chat and he's going to kill me for even talking about Willian. But if you look at the underlying stats, right, Willian is kind of beating out Pulisic. Nearly the same amount of shots in the box. Willian way more chances created. And he's on penalties. Jorginho's not getting in that team, it looks like, at the moment. So I can see why people are going for Willian. I also see why people don't want to go for him because he's burnt so many people in the past, including myself. And if from open play, if you had to bet money on Willian or Pulisic getting a goal, you'd bet on Pulisic, but obviously penalties are helping Willian right now. If I was picking one, I would go Pulisic. The thing is, you can't just say Willian's a bad option because he's been bad before. He's in good form right now, and his stats are looking pretty good. And I think Pulisic got both his assists from being fouled as well. And I'm not saying he didn't deserve other attacking returns in that game, but still. So I would go Pulisic, but I don't think we can completely discount Willian. But yeah, exactly. Like Business Cat says, a lot of people have that rule. Never buy Willian. It's an FPL rule to live by. William Jones, thanks very much. Would you keep Calvert-Lewin for one more week? So to answer that, right, I'm going to talk about my own team. And the thing with Calvert-Lewin is, around that price up front, who'd you get? Don't get me wrong, if you can get Greenwood, if you've not got 3 Man United players already, and you think Greenwood's going to keep starting, which you probably will, The only thing with Greenwood I would say is I wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't start like the next two, if he misses out on one. But at the same time, I also wouldn't be shocked if he started both now. Whereas the other four, I would be shocked if they didn't play. If that makes any sense. So if you've got a route from not a route. If you've got a spare Man United slot from Calvert-Lewin to Greenwood, that seems like a pretty easy transfer, right? Outside of that, we can talk all day about Danny Ings, but again, I wouldn't bring him in for Man City at home, Man United away in the next three. Jota, no, I wouldn't bring Jota in. It's Arsenal at home this week. It's not an awful fixture, but I wouldn't expect Wolves to score a boatload. Plus, Jota hasn't been that good. So, up front, there's not too many options. 5-0. Mahrez, biggest bandwagon this week. I am telling you, the fact he didn't start is really going to be in his favour. Mahrez is coming in for me this week. That is my transfer, basically. I'll get onto that in a second. I'm not going the Jesus route now. Foden assist. Wow. Was that actually a Foden assist? De Bruyne assist, was it? Oh, great. The De Bruyne assist just means more... if it was a De Bruyne assist, that just means more red arrows for me. Every time he gets some points, I'm getting red arrows tonight. His last kick of the game, apparently. So look, I'm not seeing who the assist is. No one's really talking about it. No, someone said... Oh, it's been disallowed. Oh, handball. Ooh, harsh. Harsh. You're going to have to remind me what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, Calvert-Lewin. Ruled out for handball. Look, he's saving his points for next week. Don't worry about it, people. Okay, now that drama's over. So Calvert-Lewin, right? So I'm not saying I'm not sitting here saying he's a great option, right? But I don't think there's a huge amount of cheap strikers. Like if you've got the money to go up and there's someone you want, fair enough. But right now, the striker pool, I'm not really liking, to be honest. So, for instance, this week I could do Hayden and Calvert-Lewin to Jesus and Foden, but I think I want Mahrez, right? So if I do Mahrez to Hayden to Mahrez, then I've got a power 5 midfield, and Nketiah now becomes bench fodder because he didn't start the last game when I thought he would. So now for me, I'm never gonna start him now. Pretty much anyway. There might be the odd time. And then I've got Calvert-Lewin up front alongside Jimenez. So could I take Calvert-Lewin out for a hit? I wouldn't be against it, but who do I get? I personally can't get Greenwood unless I take Maguire out. Then we're talking about 8-point hits to remove Maguire to get Greenwood. Doesn't sound right when I say it out loud. So I'm probably going to keep Calvert-Lewin. And if you look at Calvert-Lewin and Ings' stats for the first 3 games, I'm not saying stats is everything, but Ings has had 1 more shot in the box than Calvert-Lewin. I think he's had 8. Calvert-Lewin's had 7. Ings has had 3 shots on target and scored 3 goals. So he's scored from every single shot he's put on target. So he's maybe been a bit lucky. And yeah, Calvert-Lewin against Tottenham, it's not necessarily a great game. They've just shipped 3 goals to Sheffield United. So I was talking about this on the Scoutcast. The thing for me for Calvert-Lewin, if I had an easy way to get rid of him and something I wanted to do, I would absolutely do it. And he did look bad against Leicester, you're right, yeah. And Richarlison out could be a problem. But if there's nothing I can do easy, I'm not going to force that transfer. Like, if I look at my team, let's say I do Hayden to Mahrez and I bench Nketiah, literally Calvert-Lewin's the only player in my team that I'm not really fond of. I'm not going to force a transfer out for him unless I've got an obvious move. So I'm probably going to keep him. That's a very long way to answer that question. I think if you can go to Greenwood, it looks good. I personally would not do Calvert-Lewin to Ings right now, but you could do it if you wanted to. Obviously, Ings is in this great form. 3 shots on target, 3 goals. But yeah, I don't think Calvert-Lewin needs to be force sold, basically. But if you can use him to do something else, then I'm all for it. Hopefully that makes a lot of sense. Foden's looking better than Mahrez. Oh no, Foden better than Mahrez. I think that's a bit... I mean, he has looked great. The problem with... I'll come back to Foden and Mahrez in a sec. Let me answer this one. Richard Hedberg. I probably pronounced it wrong. It's probably like Heiberg or something, isn't it? It's Swedish. Rashford and DCL out for Greenwood and Kane. I mean, Kane's a tough one. After Spurs were not good, but then again, Kane really should have had a brace because I know that is handball, and I know by the letter of the law it's not a VAR thing. I know people kept telling me on Twitter it's a handball rule. I get that, but it shouldn't be like that. You know, like Jamie Redknapp said, a bit of common sense. That shouldn't have been ruled out. He was fouled. It drops to Kane. He scores. So in my eyes, Kane's got a brace tonight. And he got Everton at home up next, then Bournemouth away. So Rashford and Calvert-Lewin for Greenwood and Kane. I quite like that punt, to be honest. The only thing I'll say about Man United players in general is everyone's knee-jerking them. There is no reason why Rashford and Pogba, for example, won't be the top scorers in the next game against Bournemouth. There's just nothing to say that won't happen. So I wouldn't make too many rash decisions about Man United players personally. Calvert-Lewin is making decoy runs, holding up play, lots of money for 2 points. It's not a lot of money. 2 points isn't great, but it's not a lot of money, really. 6.5 million or whatever he is. I mean, I'm up for getting rid of Calvert-Lewin if someone can tell me a plan. You know, I could do Calvert-Lewin and... No, I don't think I can. I can get Calvert-Lewin to Jesus, but then I'm stuck with playing Nketiah or Saiss in a 4-4-2. So, yeah, I'm pretty much settled on bringing Mahrez in, basically. That's pretty much my decision. But yeah, if Greenwood's going to keep starting, then I don't see any reason why he's a much worse option than Rashford, to be honest. So if you much prefer Kane to DCL, which you probably should, I don't know, I quite like that move. Am I turning into McBurney again? No, but I did love the fact that he scored. I knew he was due. By the way, the really quick thing as well, the stream should be a bit smoother. I know pretty much it's restart. I've been having a tough time with the stream, and I won't bore you with the details. I kind of went through it in a kind of just a random stream I did on the second channel the other day. But what I used to stream in was 720p, and because I was recording Football Manager videos over the break, I changed my settings to 1080p, and I never changed it back. That's why I kept getting the stuttering. It's not, I mean, my internet's still bad, but it can handle 720 good enough. It can't handle 1080. And now I'm back to 720. It seems to be a lot smoother. There's going to be the odd bit of lag, but it shouldn't be as bad as it has been. So there you go. Me talking about my internet and computer issues once again. It wouldn't be a stream unless I talked about them, really, would it? De Bruyne is definitely getting benched against Southampton. Nothing game. The Champions League dates will be announced soon. But the Champions League, I know we haven't got the dates yet, but is it not just after? It's after thingy, isn't it? It's just after the league finishes. Or have I got that completely wrong? Oh yeah, 720p. It's going to have to be fine. It's the only way it works properly. It's the only way the internet will hold up. George Taylor, how is it going? Thanks very much for that. Have a bit of money saved. Calvert-Lewin and Cantwell out for Mahrez. Okay, let me think about this. Cantwell rubbish. Calvert-Lewin rubbish. Mahrez great. Greenwood great. What's wrong with that? No Liverpool attack. So I think, personally for me, and they do have a couple of good games after, but for me, this would be the last time I would probably want to captain a Liverpool player. Just knowing what I know now and looking at the fixtures, everything could change. Maybe Liverpool will be in even more ridiculous form than they have been all season. But right now, I think Villa at home is the last time I would want to consider captain on a Liverpool player. After that, I don't think they... Not that they should be captain, but I won't captain them. And if you've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's almost as good, or he has been almost as good as Mane and Salah as well. So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about the no Liverpool attack. I think I think it's a big play that could pay off. I'd be worried about watching them against Villa because they could now come back and say, look, that was just a blip against Man City. We are still the real deal. But yeah, I like those moves. Sound good to me. Forgetting about the Liverpool attack, those moves sound really good, Mahrez and Greenwood, to be honest. My -8 was Rashford, Pulisic and Mahrez in for Aubameyang, Sarr and Norwood. I mean, yeah, job done. That's great. Great moves. Can't argue with that. I'd love Pulisic. I'm actually having the problem where I don't have enough midfield slots to get everyone I want. Liverpool 69 hours rest between tonight and Villa. Yeah, I've basically told myself I am not captaining a Liverpool player for the rest of the season, even against Villa. I'm going to captain Fernandes, I think. Just see how it goes. Like the fact that Bournemouth conceded 4 to bloody Newcastle, and Man United are looking really good right now. Is Pulisic... Okay, let's talk about Martial, because I keep seeing people kind of a bit wary about him because he's blanked twice. Fair enough, he's scored a hat-trick. So is Pulisic looking like a better option than Martial? Martial wasn't threatening at all against Brighton. You could save 1 million. So he wasn't really, but if you watch the game, a couple of chances that Fernandes had, for example, were pulled back from the left side from Shaw. On another day, like Martial was in the box. Another day it falls to his feet. he scores, and we're not even talking about him as a non-option anymore. The thing for me with Martial is, and I haven't checked after tonight's games, but I don't think Mara's got any points apart from the one cameo. William, let me come back to that. Otherwise, I'm going to lose my track of thought on Martial. So over the course of this season, bearing in mind for a lot of it, we have not had Fernandes, we have not had Pogba. Martial is on 5.7 points per match. That is the same as Son, the same as Mahrez, and only beaten by De Bruyne, Salah, Mane, and Fernandes. So he has been so consistent all season. He's not really... Yes, we've seen him be injury prone in the past, but he's played 22 of the last 23. It's all stuff I said on the Scoutcast. What is not to like about him, really? He's playing up front, and then, like, people said the same against Spurs. He didn't look great, and then he scored a hat-trick against Sheffield United. So there's nothing to say he won't be on the end of a couple of crosses or assists against Bournemouth. So I don't think... Pulisic versus Martial... Look, if you've got another route maybe to get another Man United attacker like Greenwood or Rashford, whoever you don't own, then fair enough. But if it's a straight-up toss between Martial and Pulisic, I do still think Martial is the better option, just about. And I think Chelsea's fixtures are quite good. I think Man United is maybe slightly better. Man United are also playing maybe a little bit more of a consistent team right now. So I don't think the Pulisic is that far behind, really. But personally, I would still go for Martial, but maybe ask a non-Man United fan what they think. William Jones, one more. You don't have to be sorry. When should we use free hit? I'd have to have a quick look at the fixtures. Better not do it. Yeah, let's have a quick look at them here. So Gameweek 33. Gameweek 33. One thing I'll say, it depends on what team you've got, obviously. If you've not got many Man United players, for example, this could be a really good week to bring them in. Chelsea against Watford's another good fixture. And maybe even the last time to triple up on Liverpool could be an idea. But if they've not got, like people are saying in the chat, they've only got 69 hours rest, we could see some rotation for them. Otherwise, I think, Game Week 36 was pretty good as well. Let me just remind me. Yeah, Man City versus Bournemouth, I definitely want to triple up there. Man United's still a good fixture here. It's actually it's hard. There's no like free hit no week where all the teams got a really good fixture that I'm looking at here. Liverpool playing Chelsea, then that's not great. Man United against West Ham's good. Spurs against Leicester's not great. I quite like whatever I said just then. I think this week's quite good, to be honest. But it depends on your team. If you've got a really good team for this week, you might not need to do it. It's kind of hard to say, to be honest. Maybe people in the chat who've got their free hit might chip in. Ha! Do you get it? Chip in. Free hit, chip in. Your Game Week 38, sorry, yeah, how could I forget? I didn't go that far. Everyone playing at once. Might get some early team news. So Man City playing Norwich, which is great. Man United, Leicester, that could be for top 4. Probably not. I don't know if the fixtures are great, though, for that game week. But if you're not really sure when to use it, I probably would just wait till Game Week 38 and just go for it. Donovan, how is it going? No Liverpool attack. Investor funds in Man United, Wolves and City attack as the core. It's brought in 300 plus points for me in the last 3 game weeks. 137, 99, 72 so far. Absolutely ridiculous scoring. Nicely done. Absolutely ridiculous scoring. Hang on. Make sure to hit that like button, by the way, if you're enjoying the stream. I need to do a couple of quick shout outs because I know I have... Oh... thought the stream had gone down then. I know I haven't done it since the restart, and I should have been doing it. I've set it all up now. We had a bunch of new Patreons this week. So here's the list, right? So there's 2 ways to support, if you want to. Don't have to, of course. Patreon and YouTube member. Now, YouTube member doesn't have all the Slack and the league invites and stuff because it's not very easy to manage. But if you want the little icon next to your name, that's the way to do it. There's a link on my channel. Patreon as well. So all the producers are on the screen as well as the new patrons. So No, Evan L, Luke P, Anto Shaka, I think that is, Theodore K, Lee C, Scott S, and King Mark have all signed up, I think, since the last stream. So thanks very much for signing up. If you want to check out Patreon, the league kind of is closed off, but you can still join Slack and stuff like that. So if you want to check it out, link in the description below. And I'm going to look to adapt it next year, I think, a little bit. There's a couple of other bits I want to do through Patreon, and there's also the YouTube members as well. So one thing I need to do for the YouTube members is also give them a shout out. I'm going to figure out the best way of doing that, but I know a bunch of you have kind of signed up in the last week as well. So much appreciate that. For those of you that were asking about kind of mugs and stuff, there's actually links to kind of merchandise now under the videos. So let me know what you think about that. It's just like standard stuff for now, logos and whatever. But yeah, if you want to look at that, it's there as well. Mugs with the logo on and all those kind of bits as well. No worries, William. I could call you Williams then. Thanks very much. How about William? We kind of already talked about that. I don't think he's as bad as people are making out. But I would personally pick... is it 2 Scott S's? I might be the same one. I need to double check that because I think Scott S that signed up recently was signed up before, so it might be the same one. I need to amend that list probably. Yeah, I would still probably pick Pulisic. So yeah. To be honest, Andy, I would have preferred to sign up to Patreon, but I didn't know the difference. Now I do. Yeah, so like basically actually since the shout out, I've actually gone down one member. That might be you. Patreon's probably better. You get more for your money basically, but with YouTube member, you get the cool little icon next to your name, so I can see that in the comments and in the live stream. So it's easier to like catch people. But it's not very easy to manage it in terms of giving stuff away, like not giving stuff away, but doing like league codes and stuff like that. It's just easier to do all that through Patreon. So I've got both set up, but yeah, if you're going to do one or the other, I would recommend Patreon. Although you just don't get the logo though. And I must admit, every time I see the logo, it looks very cool now versus the old one. If Gomez hadn't conceded that cheap penalty, then it's a different game. People are getting carried away with City assets. I don't think they are. They've got great fixtures. City have been great since the restart. They lost to Chelsea, but they should have had more goals in that game. So City have been pretty good. Yanks with the $1. Thanks very much, Yanks. Good to see you as always. Thoughts on Man City defence? Man City defence. The problem is, will we still see rotation like Walker and Laporte? The thing with Mendy, Zinchenko can play there. Mendy, I was actually thinking this during the game. Do you remember that season when we had was it Robertson, Alonso, and Mendy? It was like the arm defence, and like Mendy was super attacking. Like since he got injured and stuff, we just haven't seen it. It's just not the same. So I don't know. Mendy's fine. I think he's probably a little bit cheaper than Laporte. Without double checking, I'm pretty sure he is cheaper than Laporte, but could just get swapped with Zinchenko. I think if you go Man City defence, if you want to use a slot on a defender, just get Ederson. I won't sleep well tonight if I don't say that Willian is pure overthinking. We won't get a penalty every week. Pulisic's better. His goal threat with no set pieces, no brainer. Willian does create a lot more chances than Pulisic, or he has done recently. Let me bring the stats up here a sec. All right, let me have a quick looky. Oh, I'm also going to refresh my rank, which I don't want to see. Let me put in my team ID here. Yeah, I'm down from 253k to 285k. Ugh, disgusting. Not happy with that at all. Daniel says, don't forget to give the stream a like. That is an absolutely fantastic point. One I hadn't considered, actually. So thanks very much for that. Yeah, I'm bringing up the stats now. So I'm looking basically since the restart, right? So from Gameweek 30 to 32. So this is from Fantasy Football Scouts. If you want, I'm not being paid for this, but I do work for them. So yeah, I'm not being paid extra sponsorship money. But yeah, if you want to check out these stats, you can go and sign up on Fantasy Football Scout. But just for this now, we'll do Pulisic versus Willian. So since the restart, big chances: Pulisic 3, Willian 2. Chances created: Pulisic 2, Willian 10. 5 times as many chances created. Goal attempts: Pulisic 10, Willian 8, slightly behind, and it's 6-4 in the box. Willian 5 on target, only 3 on target for Pulisic. Pulisic has played less money though. So yeah, slightly better goal threat from open play. I think when you watch them, you know that Pulisic's the better player, but Willian's creating a lot more chances and is on penalties. So he is a little bit more expensive, 7.1. So like I'm saying, I would go Pulisic, but I don't think Willian's an awful idea. Am I from Bristol? Sort of. Both big chances. Oh, do the penalties get counted as big chances? That's my bad then. I didn't realise that. That makes a lot of sense though, and I should really think about that actually when I'm looking at other players. All right, geez, I've answered the Bristol question now. Chill out. All right, this is getting ridiculous now. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Mr. Cat. Foden to save the season. Yeah, I should quickly, because I never talk about my team on these streams, so I should quickly talk about it. Obviously, I always talk about it. While I'm here, I'll just quickly check points per match. So yeah, Martial 5.7. Son now is on 5.6. So Martial now, and Mahrez is on 5.5. Because obviously, now to be fair, points per match is not the greatest tool for Mahrez. Because obviously we know he comes on for cameos. And if he does get minutes, he'll get really good points. But Martial now 5.7, Son 5.6, and Mahrez 5.5. So only Fernandes, who's just been ridiculous since he come in, Salah, De Bruyne and Mane, who are way more expensive, beat Martial for points per match. And I don't see much rotation. We've got Pogba and Fernandes. I think Martial is a great option, and I'm going to keep saying it. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. So this will be my team, basically. So I have Power 5, a Power 5, not necessarily the Power 5. We don't know what the Power 5 midfield is yet. But I'll have, from next week, I should have, but unless I change my mind, Salah, De Bruyne, Martial, Mahrez, Fernandes. I'll have Jimenez, Calvert-Lewin up front, and Nketiah will become permanent bench fodder. At least, Arsenal's fixtures are not great. So Wolves, Leicester, Spurs, Liverpool up next. If maybe he's playing towards Villa and Watford, maybe I'll play him. But right now, I'm not looking at doing it. Calvert-Lewin and Jimenez up front. Yes, I think Jimenez is perfectly fine. Like Sheffield United look much better against Spurs than they have done the rest of the game, so maybe that'll be a tough game. But there's just no way I'm getting rid of Jimenez right now. So Calvert-Lewin, the only one I don't like. I can play Taylor, Maguire, and Alexander-Arnold this week. Other weeks I'll just play Seiss instead. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then thinking ahead, bearing in mind the game weeks are going to go quick now, so I'm going to stream on Sunday, but the deadline will be Tuesday. I might. Well, we'll see. We'll see what my cojones are like. Salah to Sterling to have 5 City attackers, or Salah and Calvert-Lewin to something like Foden or Pulisic. So I think I can afford that. Let me just check. Let's just say it's Pulisic. Yeah, 12.1 million. So I can basically get any striker I want. So maybe like Kane versus Bournemouth. Something like this. I'm very tempted to do something like this. It's just something different without completely killing my team. All I've done there, really, the only thing I'm losing, the only thing he says is Salah to get that team. I think that's okay. I think that's possibly worth a punt, but I don't know. I feel like I'm thinking calmly about that decision. It's not a rage type thing. I'm just thinking ahead. But for now, that is the team going to be, I think. It gives me a bit of flexibility to change around the strikers. Like if Vardy suddenly looks like he might be okay, maybe I get him in against Bournemouth. Why not? Okay, so just if you weren't following, that Pulisic and Kane transfer is game week 34. I will not be getting rid of Salah versus Aston Villa, and I might not even be getting rid of him at all. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. It doesn't have to be Kane though. It could be Aubameyang. It could be anyone for 12.1 million. I just don't know who it might be. Although in game week 34, Aubameyang has Leicester, then Spurs, Liverpool. So, yeah, not great. We'll see. It might be no one. To be honest, maybe I'll just do Salah to someone and keep Calvert-Lewin another week. Because in game week 34, they have Southampton at home. So maybe I'll just keep him. Maybe I'll get Ings. I don't know. I would keep it like that. Keep Salah at least. Yeah, I'm definitely, just for in case it's not clear, I am keeping Salah for this game week. When would you use your triple captain of the remaining game weeks? It's tough because we're working off really small sample sizes, but we don't have long to do anything. So for me, I think triple captain this week on a Man United player looks good. The problem you're going to have with City and Liverpool is trying to guess the rotation. So, for example, if De Bruyne missed out the week before they played Bournemouth, then suddenly he looks like a great option. Or anyone against Norwich, really. But I think this week could be good. Fernandes against Fernandes and Martial or whoever versus Bournemouth. Although I think I said it off air on Scoutcaster, Lee and Joe earlier. I can't remember if I said it while we were recording, but Man United are playing great. I don't even think the most hardened non-Man United fan would say we're not playing great. And Bournemouth looks like a great fixture after conceding 4 to Newcastle. But at some point, in these easy fixtures, you'd imagine Man United will struggle for whatever reason it might be. Just one of those days, not enough rest. So you could triple captain them and get that game, but I don't think it's going to be Bournemouth at home, to be honest. Have I seen this template rating thing? Yeah, on live FPL, I think I'm like 63%, same as the top 10k template. Foden and Edison are the only two from City you'd be looking at. The only two. What about Kevin De Bruyne? The best player this season. By the way, Kevin De Bruyne should absolutely be player of the year. Absolutely should be player of the year. I know. By the way, Kevin De Bruyne is the top scorer now. 212 points. He's ahead of Salah and Mane. Was he already? He might have already been. You can't do polls anymore. YouTube took them out. It sucks, but if you just search live FPL rank, you'll see it on there. Next season is your year. Been so unlucky. Look, like I've said all season, look, the hacking and stuff not great, but I have just made some really bad decisions. Like my goalkeeper decisions, like even stupid stuff like that, awful. Taking out Trent, awful. Taking out Ings this week, awful. Like I've made some good decisions as well, although I always struggle to think of what they are. So maybe I've actually made none. But yeah, it's just been a poor season. Like, it's not just bad luck. 10.5 is steep to sit on your bench. Look, I am not risking Kevin De Bruyne to maybe not being bench when he's in this good form. Mane should be player of the season. It's got to be Kevin De Bruyne. Come on. Is Scout member? Like, I don't know. I don't really want to be the one recommending. I've had Scout membership for a long time, but like I said, just for no ambiguity, I do work for them. So if maybe go and ask some other people in the chat if you think it's worth it. I use it a lot. I use the stats and stuff, and I have for a long time, even before I worked there. I think most people that follow this channel know that even before I worked there and stuff, they were the ones that kind of I would always use. So hopefully my integrity's there. But if you want to get some second opinions, absolutely go for it. Been a poor season, but you were 1 million not all that long ago. That's a good point. Positive thinking. And like I said, like if I look at my ranks now, can I bring them up here? Oh yeah, perfect. Perfect size as well. So I was obviously we've got these weird weeks, but I was 1 million in game week 26. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 proper weeks. 6 proper weeks are going from 1 million to 266k. This is going to be about 282k. So it is a little bit of a drop. And to be fair, I was 328. So I'm still only like 50k places above this, which is a bit frustrating, to be honest. But I don't know. Hopefully I can just have another big week. If you value and use stats, it's worth it. If you don't use stats, if you don't like stats, I wouldn't. Yeah, anyway, look, I'm not going to go into it anymore. I'll leave it up to you. I will leave it up to you, people. De Bruyne is so good he can assist the NHS. He is pretty damn good. It's interesting now because maybe we don't want to captain Salah and Mane. Maybe we do. But you got the likes of De Bruyne. Are they set and forget captains? Is De Bruyne a set and forget captain? Is Bruno a set and forget captain? There's going to be a lot of different captain choice again this week, which is making it interesting. But it's also super frustrating if you keep getting it wrong, like I have the last 2 weeks. In fact, I've got it wrong every single week since restart. Because Aguero, yes, he got 2 assists, but would have been much better to captain De Bruyne. Would have been much better to captain Martial last week. Much better to captain Fernandes this week. Should just stick it on De Bruyne every time. Is Aubameyang a definite sell? I don't think he's a definite sell, but I do think there's probably better things you can do with the money. I think he will probably continue doing okay, but he's also very expensive. Don't chase last week's points. I'm really tempted to put it back on Fernandes. It's back on Fernandes. Is Gale Newcastle a reliable option up front? I mean, reliable. I'm not sure what you're going for. I know Newcastle did so well against Bournemouth. I know they've actually looked quite good since the restart. Steve Bruce has done really well with them. But I don't want to live in a world where Dwight Gale is an option in FPL. It just can't be a thing. Please tell me we're not at that stage of 2020. I know 2020's been awful. Please don't tell me I have to consider Dwight Gale in my team. I just don't want to do it. Okay, a couple of questions here. Ings loves a goal against Everton. Recommend captaining him in Gameweek 34 away to us, and Southampton have been better away from home. Not a bad shout. Not a bad shout to have him. I don't know about captaining him, but you could be right. He's chasing the golden boot. He's made a specific, or Hasenhüttl's made a specific point about talking about that. So it does look good. Has looked good. Would you rather Pogba or Martial if price is not an issue? Honestly, if Greenwood starts every game, I think Pogba's the worst option out of all 5 attackers. Not sitting on the fence with this one. I still like Fernandes and Martial. I think if, and I do think he's the only slight concern, Greenwood doesn't get rested, he's probably as good as Rashford. And for me, Pogba just is not... Pogba's had, since the restart, and I know he didn't start the first game, but since the restart, he's had 2 shots. 2 shots for Pogba. That's it. And one of those was in the box. And I think he's created 6 chances, which is the highest. So he is creating chances, but the rest of them are just the potential goal scorers for me. So price, obviously, it can be an issue because Fernandes and Co are more expensive than Pogba. But Pogba will be the one for me. Bournemouth have an away record of 1-3, drawn 1, lost 12, goals for 12, goals against 27. Against the Man United team that started, that has goals written all over it, I'm captaining Fernandes. I'd probably have him too. I mean, if Martial outscores Fernandes this week, I don't know. The thing is, part of me says you should keep it on Martial just because you can't keep flip-flopping. But the other part of me says Fernandes showed he could still get in the box. Not that it was necessarily ever in doubt, but he was still getting in the box. He's still creating chances. He's got free kicks. He's got penalties. There's just so many ways he can score points. That he's probably the best all-round pick. So I probably will go back and tell myself at least then, if I'm captain a Man United player going forward, it's him. But I don't know. Martial's a bit of a tempter. And Martial's a tempter as well because he will be a differential. Whereas I don't think there will be a huge effective ownership player this week, like 150% or whatever. But Fernandes will obviously be captain more than Martial, I would say. It probably will be Rashford this week. Probably will. By the way, if you're not already, make sure you're following me on Instagram. The links are in the description below. I'm posting more and more on Instagram. I'm really happy with my Instagram feed. I think it looks really nice. So there, I said it. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, that's good. I'm doing like kind of a few reaction things, a bit like FPL Family. Their reactions are really great. Make sure you follow them too. So if I watch a game and I fancy doing a reaction, I'm doing them. A few stories. I'm like an old man trying to learn what it all means. A live stream yesterday. Is William, thanks very much again. Is 3 City players in a 3-5-2 risky against Southampton? I don't think so. Like, Southampton are a good team, but they're not Man City. I don't think you can call it a risk. Like, it is a bit all eggs in one basket, of course, but a risk? I don't know. You never used to use your Instagram page. So I started using it and then I stopped. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I remember we had someone on the stream. Is it Junad? Apologies, I should have got your name yesterday. I'm not very good at like small talk, as you probably noticed. Something I should improve on in life. But yes, I didn't used to use my Instagram page, but I'm using it quite a lot now. I basically cleared everything off of it and started again. So I think it looks quite nice. If you like Instagram, I know a lot of people don't. I'm still using Twitter. Facebook, ugh. Disgusting. I don't ever want to use Facebook. I don't think. One thing on Taylor over the size pick. Arsenal conceded 56% of their goals from set pieces, free kicks and corners. Slice and Bolly are ready for a header. I'm tempted just to switch back anyway because I think there is a chance that Wolves get a clean sheet. But I think what's put me off Taylor a little bit is he doesn't really possess much attacking threat. And Sheffield United did just score 3 goals against Spurs. Now, I know Burnley are a very defensive team, probably better defensively than Spurs are anyway at the moment. But it does put me off a little bit. But really, if I'm playing the fixtures, I play Taylor. So, we'll see. Never use Insta but follow. Thanks. It's a handy tool. It's quite interesting. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it. But at the same time, it feels like a bit overwhelming. Like on Twitter, you just tweet. Words, pictures, videos, doesn't matter. It's all in the same box. On Instagram, you've got stories. And then you've got pictures on your feed. Then you've got videos on your feed. You've got story videos, story pictures, live streams, Instagram TV. It's just, honestly, I'm an old man. It's just confusing. You're on the sales over Bolly until you saw that stat. I'll be so frustrated if I have a bad week and part of it is because I've benched Slice and he gets a goal. You totally agree with on Facebook though Instagram is owned by them. That's very true. Yeah. Or Aubameyang will score because everyone's selling him. Hopefully, if I'm benching him. Should you keep Saar? Next 4 fixtures: Chelsea, Norwich, Newcastle, West Ham. John, how is it going? Thanks for being a member. Should you keep Saar? Next 4 fixtures are good. He's been awful. Watford have been awful. I think if you've got a spare transfer to like someone like Pulisic, could be decent. Could be decent. I wouldn't personally. I think we've seen enough of Saar and Watford since the restart to say they're not great. Story, picture, video, live stream, video, pictures. Boom. That's it. That's Instagram in a nutshell. Would you take Grealish and Laporte out for Son and Doherty for a hit? No, I don't think Son. No, I don't think so. Don't think I would. Now Grealish to like a Pulisic or a Willian or someone like that, or a Martial or whoever if you can afford it. Yes. I don't think Laporte. To be honest, you're about to take Laporte out for an exceptionally good run of fixtures. I just don't know about Son. Like Doherty, like is Laporte against Southampton away worse than Doherty against Arsenal? I don't think so, personally. But that's just me. That's just me. No to coverage, no to Willian. See you later, physio. Have a good one. Yeah, I'm actually gonna have to shoot off. I think it's late. Like honestly, these game weeks they're drawn out and then they're late finishes. I hate these late finishes on a Thursday. They're an absolute nightmare. To be honest, I need my beauty sleep. Gym in the morning. So I'm going to head off. If you haven't already, make sure to like the stream. Much appreciated for joining in. If you haven't already checked out Patreon or if you want to become a YouTube member, the link is in the description below. Thanks to everyone that signed up this week. I think it's probably been one of our best weeks ever for people who signed up, which is really cool to see. The Slack channels hop in. Really good conversation in there. So yeah, like the stream. Subscribe if you're new around here. Leave me a comment below. Man United are going to get 4th spot. Easy at this point because no one else can win and Man United are the best team in the league. Otherwise, I'll see you later. Thanks for all the super chats. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for everything. Thanks for joining the discussion. And I will see you on Sunday. Next stream will be Sunday. And yeah, I'll catch you soon. Cheers all.